The Body Shop connects you with the hottest fitness models in the world. Learn the backstage secrets that the most successful bikini divas, fitness models, and bodybuilders use to dominate their competitions and land on the covers of magazines. Only here at The Body Shop will we allow you to listen and talk to the best of the best in fitness competitions. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Andre Brick St. Clair. Thank you for allowing us into your airwaves for The Body Shop. If you are passionate about bodybuilding and fitness, then you have found your new home. All of us here at FTNS Radio would like to welcome you to The Body Shop. Now, Body Shop listeners, today we have a special guest calling in from Middletown, Rhode Island. Let's welcome Miss Heidi Jones.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, Heidi. How you doing today, sweetheart?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Welcome to The Body Shop right here on FTNS Radio.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling in. Now, how did you actually get started competing?
I started a couple of years ago. I'm a trainer, and a trainer friend of mine, she competed a lot, and she brought me to a show because she thought I should do it. And so I went to check out the show, and I thought it looked like a lot of fun. And on my first show, I was hooked because it was so much fun, and I had a blast. And after that was like 2 years ago. I've done 14 shows since, 2.5 years ago.
You've done 14 shows in 2 years?
Almost 3.
Okay, 14 shows in 3 years. Wow, that's a lot.
I did a lot, yeah. What I would do is I would do them like in little bunches, like a couple close together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if they were back to back.
Wow.
Within like 3 weeks, you know what I'm saying? And then I take some time off, because sometimes the shows run like you'll have one weekend and you have another weekend.
Yes.
Kind of thing. So ended up, because I live where I live, because between New York and Cape Cod and Connecticut, there's always different shows going on. So, and you kind of find which one I like the best.
Okay.
You know?
I'm going to throw you on the spot. Which one did you like the best?
Fitness Atlantic. It's my most favorite one. It really is.
Beautiful, beautiful answer.
It's true, though. It's one of my favorite shows. It is. I always have such a great time, and I like this show because it's well organized,
mm-hmm.
and it just flows well. And I see a lot of competitors, and every year, say, win the last couple of years, it's the same girls, so it's kind of fun seeing the same people again.
Nice. So you've actually made some great contacts, some great friends.
Yeah, I did.
All right. Now,
I'm kind of class clown behind stage too, so some of them are always kind of happy that I'm there. It's kind of funny.
Well, you know what? It's an enjoyable thing when I'm backstage, you know, and then I'm getting the girls ready, or I'm calling them out, and I'm watching them, and there's like a friendly camaraderie going on. You know, you guys are helping each other with the makeup, and you're telling each other how great they look. While most people,
definitely, yeah, not catty at all. That's the great thing about it. Very friendly, very friendly.
All right.
You know, what's going to happen. You have a bunch of women together, right? You know?
Yeah. We definitely know about that. Okay, so 14 shows in 3 years. Do you remember the first show you did?
The first one I did was NPC at Twin Rivers, and then the second one was Fitness Atlantic.
NPC at Twin Rivers.
Yeah.
And then the Fitness Atlantic.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I mean, I know the difference between the different organizations and the different shows, and the way Fitness Atlantic runs their show and the way the NPC runs theirs. But for our listeners here at The Body Shop who are just getting to know Miss Heidi Jones for the first time, explain to them the difference as far as, you know, stage-wise and organization, and why you chose to stay and compete with Fitness Atlantic.
You can do more stage time on the Fitness Atlantic. You know, with the 3X, you know, you had to walk across stage, you had to show off a little bit more. With all the work that you do,
yes,
it's kind of nice that you can be up there for a while and show different poses and show different parts of your body, you know. With the NPC, they're a little more, you know, you come out, you don't really walk around very much, you come out and you do your poses and you go back off the stage.
So you felt rushed?
I've had not really particularly rushed. It was just a bit fun to walk more.
Right.
You know, and to do more than different kind of poses to show different sides and angles. If you're one side of the stage, if you're in the middle, and the other side, the judges get to see you from 3 different angles.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And now, when you say walk, you're referring to your T-walk?
Yes, when you come down, yeah.
Okay, okay. Now, who actually helped you get started competing?
I did see my friend Mickey. She got me started.
Mickey?
She's the one that kind of brought it to my attention. I pretty much did it, then I've kind of started just doing it all on my own.
So you don't have anybody helping you with your diet as of right now?
No, I've done that pretty much all on my own. I'm a personal trainer. I did a lot of research.
Mm-hmm.
Through the show, through when I first started, and I asked a lot of questions.
That's the only way you're going to learn too.
Yeah, and actually, I did have another trainer, Crystal, help me with posing and things like that. So I have had help with certain things for sure.
Okay. All right.
And then I just kind of took it off on my own and just practice.
All right. So now, walk me through a typical diet for you.
But like just like a regular day, I usually stay more on the low carb side.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do like 5 to 6 to 8 egg whites in the morning, and maybe with a little spinach or asparagus. And I'll usually end up having a protein shake, pretty just protein and water, for a snack or midday. Lunch, tuna with veggies, and if I'm really feeling like if I'm depleted on carbs, I'll have the Joseph Flax pita pockets or some sliced half a sweet potato. And then I go into another protein shake for mid-afternoon. And then for dinner, it's usually tilapia or some kind of fish, cod, or turkey burger, something like that, depending what I'm in the mood for, and more greens.
Now, what would you say to somebody who says, okay, she's eating all this food, there's no way she's getting lean?
It's actually not that much food, and you add up all the calories. Because a lot of it's greens, and the greens really don't carry a lot of calories.
Okay.
If you think about the protein, if the scoop of protein only is 100 calories, that's only 200 calories right there for 2 snacks. And the egg whites are, 16 calories per egg white, so there's only like 150 there. So it's not as many calories as it sounds.
All right. Now, so when you're eating, your egg whites and your protein and your tuna and then, turkey burger, if you choose to do that, is there any cheat meals? Because I'm sure somebody wants to know.
Well, when I first start, because I'll practice dieting for a whole month before I actually really diet. Because for preparation, to have everything ready. Because if you're really, really hungry, you don't have stuff ready, you can go into that just crazy eating and just pig out and then kind of have to blow it and you have to fix it kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So being prepared is really important.
So there's no cheat meals for you?
Not right now, except we're 5 weeks into show, so there's no cheat meals now.
Right. But I mean, okay, let's say you're...
If I was like 8 weeks in, 9 weeks in,
yes.
I'd probably have a cheat like on a Sunday night, and I'd be pasta or a couple pieces of pizza or something that I won't be having 6 weeks and to get ready,
All right.
Or a bowl of ice cream, Then I have to, like, how many hours I have to work out, how much cardio you have to do the next day to burn that off, Sometimes you think, maybe I just have a teeny little bit, because you think about what you have to do the next day to fix what you did, so.
Okay. Well, since you mentioned working out and burning off the slices of pizza that you might eat, tell me a little bit about the way you train. Like, are you doing a 3-day, 2-day split, or are you just doing cardio? What exactly is your workout schedule like now?
Well, I work a lot because I'm a trainer, and I have my tanning business, spray tanning business. So I try to fit in, like, one day might be legs, and then just shoulders, and then I'll do chest and triceps, abs, cardio, and biceps back, and then cardio, kind of split like that, rotation. So
is this like a Monday, Tuesday type thing, or is this,
Usually legs are on Wednesday.
Okay, legs are on Wednesday.
Yeah, and it kind of follows from there.
Okay, and approximately how much cardio? Go ahead.
The cardio, usually I do a lot of cardio. I try to get in about 10 hours a week. A lot of, because incline walking, Stairmaster, just when I can between like early morning and into the night.
Okay.
Half hour here, half hour kind of thing. And I teach a lot, and I teach classes too. So.
Which classes are you teaching?
Cardio blast.
Cardio blast. Very good. Now, where are you teaching these cardio blast classes?
Newport Athletic Club in Old Town, Rhode Island.
Now, is that also where you train, or no?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I need to know, when you're at the gym, are there other competitors that you will be competing against that is in the gym at the same time?
I think this, right now I don't know anyone that's competing in this upcoming show. I do know some other competitors that are competing in different categories. They're going to the same show, but they're not in the same class as I'm doing tall figure.
Okay. All right. Well, let's hypothetically. Let's say this was
two or three. I'm not. To be honest, I'm not really sure.
Okay. All right. If you do happen to see somebody that you know will be competing at the Fitness Atlantic show on April 16th, would that give you the motivation to train harder, or would you alter the way that you train to be like, I don't want her to, see what I'm doing and steal some of my moves or anything like that?
No, I don't worry about that. I figure you never know what's going to happen on stage and how they're going to diet down for the last 3 to 4 weeks, and so it's and then you really don't know what the judges want either, So it's, to me, I think helping each other out. If they do better, you'd be happy for them. You just try to be as well as you can be. I try. To me, it's more motivating. It makes you try harder. It'll make you want to. And I don't care if they see what I'm doing. I find if they see me working really hard, it might more intimidate them.
Okay, so now you want to be a bully in the gym.
A little bit, but not bad. Well, if you feel like all jacked up and veiny and like, oh my God, she looks like she's ready now. She still has like 5 weeks to go. Then that's good. We'll go, you're ready now. I'm not ready yet, but I'm getting there.
Okay, so since you're about 5 weeks out, I'm sure you're in excellent shape, and I do remember you competing before. Are you, or I shouldn't say are you, would you say that you're in better shape now leading up to this because of...
Practicing,
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't done a show in a while. I did too many shows kind of close together because you can only peak so many times. But I did some for fun, practice, and, and what they really wanted to... Of course, I want to do well in all of them.
Right.
But I needed to take some time off because metabolism gets a little messed up, I think, if you do all that dieting back and forth. So I kind of get back on that normal kind of rhythm, and then you kind of diet down again. The body reacts better.
Okay. Now, what supplements are you using to maintain the shape that you're in now?
Pretty much the only thing glutamine, creatine, and just my protein powder. Usually I use Isopure.
Okay. Now, what would you say if somebody comes up to you and was like, you know what, females ain't supposed to be taking protein and glutamine and, you guys going to look like men?
It's impossible. I would say that's impossible. I know that's not true.
Now, the reason I ask that is because there is a gross misconception out there within the non-fitness industries where a lot of females would see, the guys work out and they see the guys taking the protein powders and the glutamine and so on and so forth. And then they look towards the pro bodybuilding women and they'll be like, I don't want to look like that. That's disgusting. That's not the way that the female body should look.
Well, I think that's the diet that goes into play for them to hold that kind of size.
What do you mean?
Oh, if you figure the muscle women, that they're probably taking in a lot more protein and probably even a lot more carbs, and just lifting that much heavier,
right,
to keep their size. Where if you cut it in half, it will probably just be half the size. Because your body can only take, if you're doing all those calories, you're not going to be as big because for women we don't have that kind of muscle growth that takes a lot of work
Okay.
to hold it.
Nicely
You know
played
what I
answer.
mean? If you have,
Right.
if she's going to stay really lean, but let's say she's 147 pounds and she's just solid as a rock. That's a lot of weight to hold on to.
Absolutely.
That's a lot of calories to keep in every day. Where I would probably be on the other end, where I want to stay low, like at 120, 121. That'd be a lot less calories. And just try not to lose any muscle, just the fat on the leaner side of the diet.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm sorry, I apologize. I do got to take a break, but when I come back, I want to know about some personal things about you and some obstacles that you've had to overcome. All right, so please stay on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to The Body Shop right here on FTNS Radio. We got to take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Thank you for breaking new ground with FTNS, world's first fitness radio. FTNS Radio reaches out to over 70 million online radio listeners in North America who can log in via the web at ftns.co from any computer, mobile device, or download the free FTNS iPhone app. FTNS Radio will include a wide range of shows such as strength training, bodybuilding and figure, nutrition, motivation, family, youth, elderly fitness, wellness, lifestyle fitness, interviews with professionals and enthusiasts, and much more. Programming will contain a mixture of live studio shows, but encourage listeners to call 650-ASK-FTNS or tweet in. Shows hosted over the phone, as well as remote recorded shows where our hosts travel to the story. FTNS Radio is the missing link to help make fitness personal and create a stronger community. FTNS helps listeners to focus, train, nourish, sustain, and foster the fitness community. Follow FTNS on Facebook.com/GoFTNS. Stay tuned for more exciting new shows as we build the fitness community brick by brick. Tune in at 10 a.m. Eastern for Fit You. Your hosts, John and Kelly, will discuss fitness, nutrition, and a lifestyle that will fit you. At noon Eastern, it's time for Jumpstart. Chad and Kat will help you sort through all the fitness myths with the experts in a high-energy format that will definitely pump you up. Listen in to Your Health is Your Wealth with Dr. Cindy at 1 p.m. Eastern. Naturopathic Dr. Cindy Anderson will help you understand your body from a holistic approach. At 3 p.m. Eastern Time, listen to The Nutrition Scoop with nutritionist Jerry Zatkoff. She will cover the latest and ever-changing nutrition information. The Body Shop at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's no accident. Hosts Andre Bricks, St. Clair, and Brian Canone share with you the reality of the bodybuilding and fitness modeling industry as they follow challengers through the Fitness Atlantic competition. This is FTNS.
Welcome back to The Body Shop with your host, Andre Bricks St. Clair. On the line, we still have the lovely Heidi Jones. So now before the break, I was talking to Heidi about, what it is she's done, how she's done 14 shows in 3 years. Her first show was the NPC Twin River. Her second show was the Fitness Atlantic Championships, and she will be competing again this April 16th for the Fitness Atlantic Championships. So Heidi, welcome back to The Body Shop.
Thank you.
All right. Now, I want to ask you about any obstacles that you've had to overcome in order to, one, get in shape, and two, stay in this type of shape that you're in. So have you been plagued with any injuries or anything like that?
I think the only injury I have my hips. It's very arthritic. I was hit by a car walking across the street on the crosswalk.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I had a really hard time with doing legs because of the hip.
No.
So I have had someone help me with that.
Oh my God!
I hired a trainer to help me with my legs, and his name is Mick.
Whoa.
And I had I do have people at the gym that help me with stuff too,
Now with the car accident, when you actually got hit, did you break your hip or was it bruised or?
It was just the impact of it, just to cause it to become very arthritic. And it would get so painful, it would be hard to walk after standing or sit.
Oh my God! Wow. So I guess being in shape has actually, gotten you.
The more I train, the harder, the more I make the muscle stronger, the less pain it gives me.
Wow. Wow.
the more mobile I am.
That's a wonderful testament. I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you're doing well. You know.
Oh yeah.
I'm definitely glad. I'm definitely glad that you're going to be, you know, on stage on April 16th. Now, I'm not sure if there's any other obstacles, you know, like long hours or kids.
A lot of long hours I work.
Right.
5:30 in the morning until pretty much late at around 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. I have 3 kids too, so I'm like in and out of the house a lot. And my husband helps me a lot too, though. So he backs me up.
He backs you up.
Oh yeah, my husband, he helps me. He's a good cook. He'll do a lot of the cooking.
See, okay. Now some of the secrets are coming out. Okay. All right. So you've pretty much been athletic your whole life, right?
Life.
All right.
Yeah.
What were some of your hobbies that you're doing now besides fitness?
Well, right now I have to say my fit camps is part of work, but it is my huge hobby too.
Mm-hmm.
I have some at Salve University. I have some fit camps going there, and the fit camps I do at the club. They're work, but I love them. I just throw a lot of myself into them, and with all the people that are in them, because they're people that have really been in gyms, or they really don't know what to do, and they love all the workouts and the homework and the diet advice and all that kind of stuff. And I kind of make it fun. So, and I kind of find, the ones that become more advanced, I try to find it more fun to find really hard workouts for them to try to get to that next level. So it's a hobby for me because I love it.
Right. Okay. Now, what kind of workouts are you coming up with to give them to make it more and more challenging?
Well, for example, like the girls, they love all the in and out of thigh stuff and all the monster walks and side-to-side lunges on top of heavy squats. So I'll try to load them up with like little routines where it's a constant. One thing goes to the next.
Mm-hmm.
By the time when they've done like three or 4 rounds, they'll the next day they just tell me how much their bum hurts. I'm like, that means you were doing it right. That's good.
How much their bum hurts?
Yeah.
You know what? I think I might use that next time I go to the gym and I see somebody squatting wrong. Now, listen. Heidi said your bum gotta hurt, so, you know, you should go outside and squat some tires or something.
Right.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so now, with the upcoming show, April 16th, which category are you going to be competing in?
I'm going to compete in open tall figure, and I'm
tall.
also going to compete in bikini tall. I like doing both because going out in bikini first, I'm not really pumping up or anything, and it's fun on stage. It's the theme where and you have the sexy walk, and you have a good time with it.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of gets me a little familiar with the stage. It kind of warms me up a little bit for figure. So I'm not, because being tall, you're like one of the last people out there. So all day long of waiting, I think just the anticipation of waiting, that the idea, okay, don't trip, don't fall. So if I go out once already and have a little fun out there, and I kind of get the feel for the stage, I find that I do a better job when I go out and start posing for figure, and then I go backstage, start pumping up and get ready for figure.
All right. How important is it, do you feel, to actually get the feel of the stage, one, and then to practice the walk long before you ever step on stage? You know, because the shoes that you guys wear are not the most comfortable shoes to walk in, I've been told.
No, I think it's really important to practice, and not to practice in front of a mirror either. Because a lot of people will practice in front of a mirror, then they get on stage, you can't see yourself. So you have all these people staring at you, and that's when they start getting nervous, and they forget how to walk, and they forget how to pose, they go the wrong way.
Okay.
And your heart's pounding, and you're a little, and you try to keep on smiling, but things like that. So it's really good to practice a lot, especially in the shoes.
Right. Now,
I love walking in high heels, so it doesn't really bother me, the shoes.
Oh, the shoes doesn't bother you?
No.
Okay, so where are you doing your practicing?
I do it at the gym. in the aerobics room, like when there's no classes for the rest of the night, because all the mirrors are in there. Then I'll go back in the racquetball courts, and the girls that are coming with me will take turns watching each other. Because you go to the racquetball court, there's no mirrors, so you can see, you can go back and forth, see yourself, go back to the racquetball court, walk without the mirrors. So it kind of helps you practice without the mirror, but you have space because they're long, like the stage.
Right.
Kind of the same length.
Okay. Now, are you okay. I'm trying not to start anything controversial here, but when you're walking with the other competitors or you're walking with the other girls, are you giving them the best advice that you can, or are you trying to?
Yeah, because some of them are in my fit camps, and I'm training them for the shows too.
So you're going to be competing against some of the girls that you're training?
They're all just bikini. They're completely different categories than I am.
Okay.
I tell them if they're going to train with me what category I'm doing, and if they want to compete against me, that's great. But I won't. That's their choice. Mm-hmm. So I do give them a heads up. But most of the girls most of them are all little teeny bikini girls.
I see. So you use your height to tower over them.
The height thing, yeah.
Be a bully. Okay. You know what?
And and I have had a girl with me that was a tall bikini. She was definitely more bikini than I am because I'm more figure side. And we did a show, and she came in first, and I came in second. So I was so excited because I trained her, and she came. And that was huge for me. Mm-hmm. I was because I was in there I was surprised even placed for bikini because I'm always going for figure. I was thinking a little more on the muscular side for bikini, but it's fun to do the theme wear and stuff and kind of be fun on stage. Where the figure's a little more serious with the posing and it's just completely different. Okay. I think if you're going to be there all day long, you might as well have a good time too, because all that dieting and practicing.
Totally agree with you.
Enjoy the whole show,
Right. Now, what's the most exciting part of the show for you, besides, hearing, in first place, Miss Heidi Jones? Like, what else gives you that adrenaline rush that you look forward to competing so much?
I love it when we're backstage and we're all running around getting our pictures taken and getting on YouTube and talking to all the guys backstage that are running the show, and they're getting you in line, and everybody's kind of like cutting up and having a good time, and you're kind of getting you about to go on stage kind of thing.
Right.
I always think that's always a rush. I like that too, because everybody's very friendly, and they help you get to where you need to get to, mm-hmm. and they make you feel relaxed. So that's But the picture take, we have a good time doing that. We're going to take the pictures, take it together, and everybody's taking thousands of pictures with each other, with their phones, or everybody has their cameras, and everybody's helping each other out, and trying to put eyelashes on each other, or whatever else,
So you're helping each other get dolled up?
The whole thing's a lot of fun, yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, what is the most rewarding part of competing for you personally?
For me, it's because I do take it seriously even though I'm having a good time, I do take it seriously, mm-hmm. and I find it. I'm always hoping to get place, top 3, to top 5, and when I do, that makes me happy. And I just do the scores where if I was really close, like sometimes I get tied over a half a point from first, or then first, or it's curious to see what the judges, how they scored you, and you're wondering why would one score lower and the other one's higher. So they don't tell you though. I wish they would.
You know what? I'm sure if you take off the fake eyelashes and you bat them really, really, really nice, they might.
They might, yeah. But I can't imagine them having all those competitors asking them questions. So I can see that point of it too. They probably would be a little overload.
Okay, so what are some of your long-term fitness goals?
I'd like to get my pro card. I actually would love to get my pro card.
So now, let's fast forward into the future, right? So we're going to go 5 weeks and 1 day. It is now April 16th, okay, 2011. You're standing on stage at the Oakdale Theater. You're nervous. It's you and it's 2 other competitors. 4th and 5th place have already been announced. Okay?
Yes.
Close your eyes because I want you to envision it now. Okay, 4th and 5th place have already been announced. Okay? We're in the open tall class division. All right, I'm standing behind that podium. I announced third place. Now it comes down to you and another female. Okay, and you hear these words come out of my mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, the next name I announce will be your open tall pro, receiving her WBFF pro card and heading over to compete with Paul Dillette's organization, Miss Heidi Jones. What would that mean to you hearing that?
That would be huge. I would stop bawling my eyes out. With happiness, though.
Now, you know what? We love a good sob story, so, you know, tears and excitement, that's just a great part of it.
Yeah. I would be very, I'm a very emotional person to begin with.
Right.
And I'd be overwhelmed. Completely overwhelmed. I hope I wouldn't throw up, but because I would be so excited. But that would be kind of embarrassing on stage. I would start crying. I know that. I know I would start crying because I would really help myself. So I'd be so happy.
Well, I prefer the tears over the vomit. You know.
Yeah, I'll try not to do that.
Yeah.
My stomach would be like going, "Oh my God, what's happened?" You know. So just cry, let it out, just let the tears go.
Absolutely. So now, competing with the WBFF and Paul Dillette's organization, you know, that is a huge milestone for somebody to accomplish. You know, the Fitness Atlantic Championships are now not just giving out trophies, you know, but they're awarding you a pro status. They're awarding you a chance to further your career. How important was that in making the decision to come back and compete with the Fitness Atlantic versus staying with the NPC?
So important. And if for me, because I love that show, and to get the pro card to that show would be huge. Because that's the one I've been thinking about it since September, you know, just envisioning it more and more and more and more. And I was already training for it in the summer. And so when September, it's like more realistic. And then before you know it, it's December, and now it's January. Now we're going to have 5 weeks. For like 10 weeks ago, it seemed like it was forever away, and now it's like, oh my God, it's coming.
It's coming.
You know? Yeah, and I was like checking myself out the mirror, like looking at every body part from behind, from the side, you know.
Right.
Gotta do some more cardio.
Hey, you know what? Get the cardio in, get the weights in, you know, do whatever you got to do. But
I love working. The working out part I love doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I love it. I love it.
Here's my one advice to you, and I hope you take it. Okay?
Yes.
Get your passport ready. Get
Okay.
your passport ready. Get your
Okay.
passport ready. WBFF will be in Canada. Get your passport ready, should you win. But I'm just telling you, just take my advice, get your passport ready. Because the determination that you have, the drive that you have, the work ethic, seems to me like no matter what's going to happen, you're already going to be a champion. So get your passport ready. You know?
I will take that advice. I think my passport's actually still good.
Yeah.
I have to double check it. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Tell your 3 kids, listen, Mommy got to go away for a little while, okay?
Yeah. I better warn my husband too. Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, you know.
Like, what?
Yeah, tell him to start cooking more meals because you need to get into, you know. It's a great thing. Okay, now, Heidi, is there a website or is there any way that your newfound fans who are listening to The Body Shop right here on FTNS Radio, is there a way that they can get in touch with you?
On my email?
Yeah. If you have an email you want to give out, the business, you know.
It's Heidi110 at msn.com.
Okay. Now, can they find you on Facebook or Twitter?
Oh, yeah. I'm on Facebook, Heidi Jones, Middletown, Rhode Island, of course. And Other than one of the red bling bling figure suit.
Red bling bling.
Yeah, I love that picture.
I see you like saying the same word twice. So we got the red bling bling,
I
then we got the bum bum hurting. So
It's all those reps, Another rep.
There you go. There you go. Rep.
There you go.
Okay, now Heidi, what's the one thing that you would like your fans to know about you, and I mean you personally?
About me personally?
Yeah, about you personally. What's the one thing you would want someone to know?
Well, that's a hard question to answer.
You think so?
Kind of. I mean, the one thing to know, like I said, I love fitness.
Mm-hmm.
I have 3 children, and 2 are mine, and 1 I'm adopting.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing.
So, yep. And I love her like she's my own. So, I almost feel like she is. I've had her for 5 years. And I really just enjoy people and life like crazy. And I like to laugh a lot. I really do. Because even when I'm working out and I'm in pain, I'm still laughing. Or I'll start crying. So either way.
Well, as long as you're not vomiting, it's all right.
No, I know. But I appreciate when I see people that have been, you can tell, working hard to certain goals, either they're a marathon runner or a swimmer or fitness competitor or figure or muscle. You completely can relate and admire them for their hard work and understand it.
Right.
So that's pretty cool too. Like knowing, because some people really don't know how hard people work to get to a place like that.
Well, that's true. That's true. Well, we know how hard you work, and I have a feeling that your hard work will pay off April 16th at the Oakdale Theater when you're competing for the Fitness Atlantic Championships and possibly going for your pro card. So, Heidi, I want to thank you for calling into the Body Shop, and I wish you all the best. All right?
Yes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Heidi Jones right here on The Body Shop on FTNS Radio. We got to cut to commercial, but we'll be right back. I am your host, Andre Brick St. Clair. Stay tuned.
No?
Thank you for breaking new ground with FTNS, world's first fitness radio. FTNS Radio reaches out to over 70 million online radio listeners in North America who can log in via the web at ftns.co from any computer, mobile device, or download the free FTNS iPhone app. FTNS Radio will include a wide range of shows such as strength training, bodybuilding and figure, nutrition, motivation, family, youth, elderly fitness, wellness, lifestyle fitness, interviews with professionals and enthusiasts, and much more. Programming will contain a mixture of live studio shows that encourage listeners to call 650-ASK-FTNS or tweet in. Shows hosted over the phone, as well as remote recorded shows where our hosts travel to the story. FTNS Radio is the missing link to help make fitness personal and create a stronger community. FTNS helps listeners to focus, train, nourish, sustain, and foster the fitness community. Follow FTNS on Facebook.com/GoFTNS. Stay tuned for more exciting new shows as we build the fitness community brick by brick. Tune in at 10 a.m. Eastern for Fit You. Your hosts, John and Kelly, will discuss fitness, nutrition, and a lifestyle that will fit you. At noon Eastern, it's time for Jumpstart. Chad and Kat will help you sort through all the fitness myths with the experts in a high-energy format that will definitely pump you up. Listen in to Your Health is Your Wealth with Dr. Cindy at 1 p.m. Eastern. Naturopathic Dr. Cindy Anderson will help you understand your body from a holistic approach. At 3 p.m. Eastern Time, listen to The Nutrition Scoop with nutritionist Jerry Zatkoff. She will cover the latest and ever-changing nutrition information. The Body Shop at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's no accident. Hosts Andre Bricks, St. Clair, and Brian Canone share with you the reality of the bodybuilding and fitness modeling industry as they follow challengers through the Fitness Atlantic competition. This is FTNS.
Welcome back to The Body Shop. Ladies and gentlemen, I am still your host, Andre Bricks St. Clair. Before the break, we had the lovely Miss Heidi Jones on. Heidi has competed in 14 shows within the past 3 years. Her first show was NPC Twin River. We talked about some of the obstacles that she's had to overcome. One of them is, or was actually being hit by a car and having the arthritis pain in her hip, having 3 kids, being married, personal trainer, and still found a way to get on stage. So there's no excuse for people that is out there and would say, I can't do it because I have this, and I can't do it because I have this. Heidi is just an inspiration to us all. Now I have my producer here, Sean, and I want to bring Sean in and just get his take on what's going on and how he feels, and see if I can answer any questions for him. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to The Body Shop, Big Sean.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Sean, everything is going good, man. How are you?
Oh, not too bad, not too bad.
All right.
So, I have a question.
Go ahead.
How did you wind up on FTNS?
Man, you know what? It's a very interesting way that I actually got to this point right here.
Did you like bring it up, or did Brian bring it up and say this is a great opportunity? Or
Brian Canone actually mentioned it to me.
Okay.
He called me up one day. I was sitting at home watching wrestling, getting mad at everything because I just love it. And he called me up. He was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I said, "Man, I'm just watching wrestling. I'm relaxing, and the matches suck." He was like, "How would you like to be on the radio?" I'm like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah." "What do you mean on the radio? On the radio how? What, you want me to do like an interview?" He was like, "Nah. What if I can get you your own show? What if I can have you host a Body Shop with FTNS?" I'm like, "All right, come on, man, let's go." So it was just basically, just knowing the right person that has the contacts and having enough faith in me and enough trust that I can deliver a good product. So, just appreciate that.
That's really important. You're only as good as the people you surround yourself with. So that's excellent. And I can attest to the relationship that I see, from my perceptions anyway, between you and Brian. You seem to share a very common vision.
Yes.
Of where you want things to go.
Definitely.
And I think that's, really important.
Yeah, it definitely is because, where we both competed, okay? So when you're coming from that competitive background, and we both seen at the time that there really was nowhere else for us to go as far as, the natural bodybuilding scene, the natural fitness scene. And now with all the new opportunities that are available to some of these athletes, as far as social media and putting yourself out there, Twitter and Facebook and so on and so forth, that now we're just like, okay, you know what? Let's not wait for the magazines to come to you. Put your own self out there, brand yourself, and let's make our own stars. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need Hollywood to come to Connecticut and make, the next Jillian Michaels. We have the next Jillian Michaels already here within the tri-state area. So let's find a way and give them a platform where they can build their own fan base and eventually, get them out there. So that's, that's the vision that Brian and myself share.
I think that's really important because, to grow everything, you need to grow everyone with you at the same time. And the competitors in the past who only had to worry about themselves and, getting prepared for these competitions now are all of a sudden in a small business environment. Quite frankly, they have to market themselves. They need to, if they want to do it at a certain level, they need to, think about marketing. And in the past, that was so out of reach. I mean, there was really, even probably like 5 years ago, it was very difficult for them to reach out and market themselves. It would involve a great deal of money or something like that. But now with social networking, it's just opened, this is a perfect example of how many doors it's opened for people, that this is a great place for them to build a brand of themselves and have a following. And when that happens, then, you just explode.
You know what? I definitely agree with you. I feel as though, that sometimes they don't get it. And what I mean by that is, like we're trying to tell them, okay, listen, you got to do this. Like somebody's not going to knock on your door and just hand you a $10,000 supplement line. Keep your pictures up there. Learn what it is that we're trying to show you, because we've went down these avenues of, okay, you know what, I look great. No one's knocking on my door. No one's doing this. I don't have a platform. I don't have this. There's no one to believe in me. Sometimes you have your friends who can actually be either a hindrance or a great motivating tool for you.
Yeah.
So when you have people that's been in the industry and is still involved in the industry, and they want nothing from you but to just see you succeed, I think they need to just grasp that concept, and get off of this old school way of thinking, which is, I just want to make the cover of Muscle and Fitness, or I just want to make the cover of Muscular Development. I want to make the cover of this, and I want 10 magazine covers, and it's like, okay, great, that's great, but then what? What do you do then?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they'll go home, they'll put on a show like The Biggest Loser, or they'll put on, an infomercial and see somebody like Tony Horton on there pushing P90X, and they're just like, how can I do something like that? And it's like, well, we're trying to give you that avenue now.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Who of all the competitors that you've had, in the years and so forth, who has done an excellent job of marketing themselves? Who would you say, not from a competitive standpoint, I'm just talking about from a business standpoint. Like, let's say you go, wow, this person's really sharp. This person knows how to market him or herself.
Right.
And really just is a magnet to get people, buzzing around him or her.
You know what? That's a very interesting question. I really can't say that there's one that really stands out as far as being the best, because I have personal relationships with a lot of them. They've taken different avenues, and they've all achieved it on a different level.
Yeah.
One of the guys that really stand out to me, though, is a good friend of mine. His name is Mike D'Angelo.
Okay.
Mike was just fortunate enough where the magazines were literally going after him, and he was on the cover of Muscle Media. He did the ton of fitness shows and just was constantly being sought after.
Yeah.
And what Mike did was Mike took that, became a personal trainer, and then found a way to not just stay with the basic formula that all personal trainers use. Eat less, exercise more. I'm going to train you for 6 weeks, charge you X amount of dollars. You're going to lose weight over this period of time.
Right.
Mike saw what the industry was lacking, and that is, how can you become a trainer and still build a business around yourself?
Yeah. And
Mike developed a software that he trains with and trains other people with now. And, it's a fabulous thing when you go on his website and you see what he has accomplished. Another person would be Lorianne Marchese. She's competing with Fitness Atlantic now, and she came up with her own body construct business, and just really took that off and got girls coming in under her. And her business is growing so successfully that she actually has a waiting list for people that are like, I want to train with you.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And the way she does it is, again, through, Facebook and Twitter and word of mouth, which is still, to me, one of the best ways to promote yourself. So I see people like Mike. I see people like Lorianne. We have another good friend of mine, Miss Alicia Marie, who just got signed by the IFBB right now. And, she's one of the BSN girls.
Yeah.
and the supplement lines. So they all took different avenues, but one thing about them was their drive and their willingness to push themselves and not take no for an answer. You know, like they wanted to just take it past being on stage, past the trophy, past the you know, the Miss or Mr. XYZ title. You know, they wanted to just do something where they can help. So giving back is probably what I would say that they all have in common, but they all found different ways to brand themselves.
Yeah, I think that's really important is the giving back piece, you know.
Definitely.
You know, it's kind of a, you know, something that I see the competitors working very, very hard, and they can all get to that competitive level where they're all on the stage and so forth, up against one another, and it's about, you know, the work that they do, you know, all year long and so forth. But to really take it to the next level, it's really now about personal interactions.
Yes. Yes.
You know, it's about getting people to follow you either on a social networking page or in person.
Definitely.
It's about you know, being the person who creates the buzz when you walk into the show.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know, you know, that electric personality that just lights the room when they walk in, and how much, you know, does getting a magazine cover come from that versus, let's say, just the best body and the best trophies? You know, how much, you know, to get that cover, you know, if I was a marketing executive at a supplement company, I want that person who's, you know, when they walk in with, you know, with my supplement under their arm, the whole room's just going to turn and look at them.
Yes.
And, hey, you know? How important is that to get the magazine covers?
From a competitor standpoint, when I was a competitor, I think that was probably one of my driving forces. You know, I wanted to do it not so much to say, hey, I made the cover, but to make my family proud of me. Like, listen, everything I put you guys through, you know, the eating the chicken, I'm not taking you out to dinner with the girlfriend, you know, the nieces and nephews, and I'm going to the birthday parties and I can't have the cake. All of that would have made it worth it in my eyes at that time, you know. But then I would see it and be like, okay, I made one cover. Now I got to chase another one. Because it's almost like a natural high. Yeah. You know, be like, oh, wow, look at me. But then after 6 weeks, that cover comes off the newsstand, and it's like, now what? Yep. You know, so when I was competing, that was a great motivating tool for myself. So I'm sure that's how some of the competitors are viewing it now. You know, like, okay, this would be, quote, unquote, the holy grail of it all, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, those covers are so important because I think in a way that's kind of where a lot of people start out.
Right.
You know what I mean? They look at them, they start to admire them, and that admiration starts to build and build, and finally, you know, the rock starts to roll, and they finally, you know,
absolutely
roll on into the gym and and start their journey. But you know, for, you know, overwhelming majority, I would say, it probably does start with those covers. So you know, I can see why that is, you know, their pinnacle of success for them, you know, that they look at.
But the thing is, you know, like, once you see that, and, you know, for most magazine covers, okay, let's be honest here, you're going to look at the typical juiced up guy. So you're going to see Arnold on the cover of Muscular Development. You're going to see Ronnie Coleman on Flex magazine, Flex Wheeler on the cover of this and on the cover of that. So making the cover is a great motivating tool, but then it's like, are you really going to look like that? Can you look like that? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, are you willing to do what it takes to look like that? Yeah. And 90% of the time, the answer is no. Yeah. You know, there are people like, nah, that's too big, but, you know, at least they made the cover. They have this to fall back on. You know what I mean? And they don't understand that, well, supplement companies are paying them to be on this cover to push this. You know, and it's just like, okay. So I've asked people, if you made the cover, what would it mean to you? And it's like, oh, man, that would be like, the world's greatest thing. Okay, but what do you do from there? Because you're not going to get rich off of making a couple of magazine covers. Yep. And then the mouth drops. And it's like, well, what should I do then? And I think that's what we're trying to inform them right here, with the Body Shop on FTNS Radio. And, me personally, I would like to thank you, for just giving myself and Brian this opportunity to have this platform to just educate, all of the listeners and all of the fitness competitors and all of the athletes out there.
It's really great, and I've been really enjoying the show. And Brian and I had quite a few conversations in the beginning when we were talking about what the show should be, what it shouldn't be, and so forth. And honestly, I don't follow bodybuilding. Right.
Most people don't.
I'm the guy who does all the business aspect of FTNS. If anybody's wondering. My gym body can be seen on the Facebook page tomorrow. But
he's not being truthful, ladies and gentlemen. Believe me, he's being extremely modest.
But the thing is that when I hear these stories, it's a personal story of a personal journey, and the things that people had to overcome, whether it's raising the kids by yourself, having a job and still going through all this to be at a competitive level, whether it's recovering from a car accident where you just got hit by a car, those are all just incredible stories of, how do people find this drive? Because when I hear them talking about how they found it within themselves to do this, it helps me look inside myself to find what is my drive, what is my passion to proceed forward. Honestly, it's probably not going to be bodybuilding. You'll get that joke when you see the pictures tomorrow. For those of you listening out there, but it's hearing them, people who are at this level. It really does help me find, my inner drive to do something at that level. So instead of just kind of going on mundanely from day to day to day, it's started an exciting journey for myself. Wow. So, the thanks goes to you and Brian and all the guests that we have on and all the great stories that we have out there.
Well, on behalf of Brian and all of our guests, we say thank you. We say you're welcome. And we also want to thank you for just, taking a chance and allowing us to be here to do what we do and hopefully spread the inspiration and information out there.
Okay. Thank you very much.
So,
you're welcome. So,
ladies and gentlemen, that was The Body Shop. I am your host, Andre Brick Sinclair. We had Miss Heidi Jones and my producer, Sean. Check it out. The best of the best compete with FTNS and listens to FTNS. I'll see you when I see you.
Thank you for breaking new ground with FTNS, world's first fitness radio. FTNS Radio reaches out to over 70 million online radio listeners in North America who can log in via the web at ftns.co from any computer, mobile device, or download the free FTNS iPhone app. FTNS Radio will include a wide range of shows such as strength training, bodybuilding and figure, nutrition, motivation, family, youth, elderly fitness, wellness, lifestyle fitness, interviews with professionals and enthusiasts, and much more. Programming will contain a mixture of live studio shows, but encourage listeners to call 650-ASK-FTNS or tweet in. Shows hosted over the phone, as well as remote recorded shows where our hosts travel to the story. FTNS Radio is the missing link to help make fitness personal and create a stronger community. FTNS helps listeners to focus, train, nourish, sustain, and foster the fitness community. Follow FTNS on Facebook.com/GoFTNS. Stay tuned for more exciting new shows as we build the fitness community brick by brick. Tune in at 10 a.m. Eastern for Fit You. Your hosts, John and Kelly, will discuss fitness, nutrition, and a lifestyle that will fit you. At noon Eastern, it's time for Jumpstart. Chad and Kat will help you sort through all the fitness myths with the experts in a high-energy format that will definitely pump you up. Listen in to Your Health is Your Wealth with Dr. Cindy at 1 p.m. Eastern. Naturopathic Dr. Cindy Anderson will help you understand your body from a holistic approach. At 3 p.m. Eastern Time, listen to The Nutrition Scoop with nutritionist Jerry Zatkoff. She will cover the latest and ever-changing nutrition information. The Body Shop at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's no accident. Hosts Andre Bricks, St. Clair, and Brian Canone share with you the reality of the bodybuilding and fitness modeling industry as they follow challengers through the Fitness Atlantic competition. This is FTNS.